Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of the Fogo Life. Today, we're gonna show you how to change your big green egg base. In today's video, I'll walk you through changing out the base on your big green egg. Doesn't matter what size it is, they're all the same. We're gonna show you how to remove the hinges, how to remove the springs, and put everything back together so that you'll be up and running in no time at all. Now, when you get your big green egg base replacement like this, it's gonna come just like this. It's gonna have the nice gasket already installed. It's obviously not gonna have the band because you already have the bands from your old one. So all we have to do is detach the old one and install the new one. And it did come a little bit more packed with some nice cushioning in here so that it doesn't break in shipping, okay? Just so you know. You know, my dad imparted one great piece of wisdom to me, and that is have the right tool for the right job. For this job, we need two tools. We need a 7/16 wrench for the acorn nuts, and we need a 1/2" wrench for the two nuts on the back of the egg. All right, kids, now to get the fun started here, the first thing you want to do is clean out all of the insides of the egg here. You can see I've already taken the fire bowl out, I've taken the fire ring out, all the grates, and you can see the massive crack along the bottom of this base. Now this is an older egg, so there's no serial number here. You can see I really cleaned off where it would be. So if you're registering your egg, this is where the serial number would normally be. Now let's spin her around and get to work. Now on the back here where the band's attached, you'll see that these bolts are bent. They are meant to be bent, okay? These tabs should bend in, and when it's tightened enough, these bolts should bend just the way they are. So if your bolts are bending, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. You are not gonna break this dome. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start on this bottom bolt here, take our 1/2" wrench and simply loosen this baby up. You could even take the nut off if you want, get it nice and loose. We just wanna make sure that the band is plenty loose so we can slide it right off of the base. And you can see those bands just clicked open a little bit here, so now it's nice and loose on there. See, we can actually lift the whole thing off now. Okay. When you unpack your base, it's gonna come with these cardboard fitters. They're actually nice and thick and they've got almost some padding in them. So what I'm gonna do is when I take this off, I'm gonna set it right down on here because we don't wanna break anything further than what we already have to replace, okay? So let me set this here and just pull this baby right off. See? Nice and easy. I am the Incredible Hulk. And now we have simply our base. I'm going to show you a really easy way to get this base out of your table, and you could even do it alone. Takes a little bit of muscle. You open up the vents, okay? And once that this is off of here, use your strong hand, which I'm going to have to go to the other side here. Put your hand inside, reach down through the vent, hello, like that, and just lift it out of there. See? Not too bad. Now, when you have your egg out of your table, it's a good time to inspect it, make sure all the bolts are tight, all the screws are tight, and everything like that. And also, underneath the egg, it sits on some felt, okay? It's gasket material. And mine is really pretty burned out. So we actually sell this on our website. It's a gasket replacement kit. So you can just take little pieces here, clean the old stuff off, and put some new on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that before we put the new base in here. Get as much of that old material off of there as you can, and repeat for all four sides. And you can put a little alcohol on here. That'll loosen it up a little bit more, but this is coming off really pretty easily. This will show you, like if you have your egg in a wooden table, be careful. Make sure you have air underneath it or a brick or something, because this is, you can see how much heat gets down below the egg. All right, and that's that. So like I said, I want to reiterate here, this is something that's really important. I want to make sure and touch on this twice. The bottom of that egg, when it's cooking, it radiates a lot of heat, okay? It gives off a lot. So you want to make sure that, if, like I said, if you're using a wooden table, make sure you have some airflow under there, and otherwise you're going to catch your wooden table on fire just from the heat that's radiated from these eggs. They're so efficient, but they do hold heat. The last thing we want to do is you want to take some, I'm going to use nail polish remover, okay? You can use alcohol. Just take some and just wipe off where you had those sticky parts on there. It's going to take off any of the old residue, any of the old glue. I think we are ready for some new gasket. Then we're just gonna measure off pieces, kind of figure about how long they were before. So they're about to here. Then we take our trusty old knife, just give a little cut. Now it's real simple. This just peels apart. Just lay it right on there. I'm gonna line it up here and just push along as I go along here. And boom, nice, new, fresh gasket material. You know, while you've got it all apart, not a bad idea just to wipe the insides. You know, the parts where the eggs are always against, you don't get to see them. They do get dirty, so it's a good time to clean these up. And now it's time to put that in here. Now, a couple things that I want to point out here. Okay, the most important being is that the vent is in the front. You can tell the front because the wheels have the locks. The casters on them have the locks on them on the front of the egg, okay? So you can control this by your feet here. Our next part is to put the dome on. So we're just gonna kind of rest it up here. All right, look at that, it's already on. All right, there we go. So it took a little bit of finagling, okay? I had to loosen up that nut on the back a little bit more, but what we did is we just kind of set it on there and just slowly worked its way on. And look at that, we got a perfect seal. Now, what you want to make sure before you tighten them, you want to make sure that your bands are touching all the way across. Your gasket should be right on gasket. Okay, we got a little gap. There we go. Just push down on it like that. If you have that problem, first thing you do, push down on the dome, okay? That's going to help you out a lot. And once we have that all set, we're going to spin it around and tighten up. Remember this broken bolt back here? Remember this one? We're going to tighten it back up. So we grab our 1/2 inch again and start tightening. While you're tightening, try and maintain downward pressure on the dome so that it does not slide. And again, remember, as we spoke about earlier, this bolt is supposed to be bent, and you can see where it was before, so we know how we still have a bunch more tightening to go. And you know, it feels like it's getting pretty tight. When you think that it's tight enough, tighten it some more and some more. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. All right, the dome is back on. One thing left to do. No, I'm not giving you $5. This is how you test to see that it's sitting properly. Just put it in there. It should have a little tug before it gets, okay? Put it all around, different spots. Got a little tension. You want it to have a little bit of tension when you're pulling it out. If there's no tension, then you know you need to have an adjustment, because otherwise you're going to be leaking air. You won't be able to control your temperatures, and it's going to go way out of control. We don't want that. We want everything to be excellent. And there we have it. Our new base is installed. Okay, we have no gaps around here anywhere. What I like to do at this point too is you can even do it when it's loosened up. All your hinges while you're here, you know, do a little maintenance on it. Just give them a little squirt of WD as some kind of lubricant. Makes everything work a little bit better. Hit all the joints where it slides, just like that. And look how nice and easy. Woo! And quiet too. Once you get it all back together, you may have to adjust the dome a little bit. So there's different processes for that. And if you want to know how to do that, we've actually made a separate video about it. You can search it. I have it with the new bands and with the old bands. So if you need a dome adjustment, if you have an overbite, an underbite, or if it's off to the side a little bit, I already show you in that video how to correct all of those issues. That, folks, is a Big Green Egg warranty base replacement. I hope that this has found it pretty easy for you. I hope that you find it easy to do yourself. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out, okay? I'd love to just say one thing, man. Big Green Egg is pretty awesome with their lifetime warranty. So whatever rumors you've heard out there that, oh, they're not doing it the same, they're doing it the same as they always did. So that's it for now. Listen, remember to get out and grill. Remember to leave us a thumbs up. Give us a comment down below if you've ever replaced one, if you ever had to do any work, or if you have any questions about it. I'd love to answer any questions you may have. If I don't know, I promise I will find out the answer. So that's all I got for you today. Like I said, remember to get out and grill, and I'll see you the next time on the Fogo Life.